hello, are we live? Should be live. Okay, yeah, finally. Finally YouTube is responding, nice. What about Twitch? Twitch says that I'm live. And does not say that I'm unstable for the first time ever. I don't know when that changed. Who knows? Okay, hello, hello, hello. Need to check if I'm properly live and whatnot. Where are, or what are the settings, I guess? Coaching free? There is some coaching that's free. This is exactly what I wanted to set up right now. Let me try this command. Let me see if I, oh yeah, there you go. That has spoke coaching. So if I were to say, let's say at spoke coaching, this does not work, right? Like if you click the link, it doesn't work, right? Let me see another thing, harmful burst, and see if that works. What up, Dragonslay? Thank you. Yeah, I don't think these work. I think I need a direct link. Yeah. So let me get a direct link. Go here. And just find direct links to the channels to post. So this should work. And this should work, right? So let me know if this directs you to my coaching channel and my gameplay channel. That's what I want to know. So give me just 1 second. Oops. We're into class? Alrighty. Both work? Thank you, thank you. I hit my finger in my desk, bro. Drags you to both of them? Gotcha, gotcha. So then, check out my new channels. And then I copy here. Then I copy here. And then I post this on Twitch as well. I don't think you can actually space them out properly, unfortunately. But this works. Or at least it should work. Also, what the hell is happening? Hello, YouTube? I'm live, right? YouTube is just telling me that I'm trying to stream to 2 different streams at once or something like that, which I don't think is true. So let me just quickly check that out. Sorry for the technical issues. No, I only see 1 stream, which is good. Should only be 1 stream. So I don't see any errors. So my YouTube thing is dumb. How about the stream caller? Let me test that out actually. Custom games. Let me go to Voxta. And then you all can tell me if the frame rate's good or not. Also, where's my, yeah, here. Notification squad. Live. And then I need to copy my live streaming link. Copy this here. And then it should quickly show. Yeah, okay, good. Can close Discord for now. Okay, let me quickly move around in Voxta. Oops.
Gaining altitude.
PC is lagging a bit because I have too many tabs open. I'm trying to close them, but first I need to troubleshoot. Let me know, is the frame rate good on both platforms? What up, Ken? Looks good on Twitch already. What up, Terry? Anyone on YouTube can let me know if it's good there. Gonna be dashing around for this. Hello, YouTube. Now, would it tell me if the frame rate's good? Looks fine to you? Alright, perfect. Then what happened with Twitch? I'm trying to pin a message on Twitch, but it's not working. Do you all see a pinned message on Twitch or something? I'm gonna reload. I don't know what's happening. Dismiss the drops. There you go, finally. Okay, now we should have a pinned message on Twitch. Did I pin it? Yeah, I pinned it on YouTube. Okay, good. So I think everything is good on my ends. Let me know if for any reason the streams end up looking bad. Because I'm closing my browser now. Because my PC can't really handle it. Okay, so I've announced on Discord, I've pinned messages for my channels. I think I'm all good. I might need to interrupt the stream later, or rather take a quick break just to grab water, but that's fine. And my stream settings are fine too. Yeah, okay. So everything should be good now. So hello. Took a bit, but we're set. You can see there like my flick habit making me miss so many shots. If I think that they're gonna strafe soon, I should not just like try and flick. I should just read the strafe, right? Like if you are afraid that someone is gonna strafe right as you're gonna shoot as Genji, just chill. Position your crosshair like right before the strafe. You can see how, like here, for reference because the Hanzo is moving fast. I want you guys to pay attention to when Hanzo is moving to the left. Because I'm gonna shoot the moment that he strafes right. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna track and I'm gonna lag behind on his right. So that the moment that he strafes back, I shoot, right? So I'm tracking, strafes. Again, think he's gonna strafe, boom. See? So that's something that's very useful to keep in mind in practice, right? Break the bad habit, construct a good one. If you think that someone is gonna strafe, rather than trying to predict and usually missing, or maybe even they don't, you're on target and you flick off, just do the technique for the strafe, which is either you put your crosshair right in the place that you're gonna strafe towards. So it's called a place shot. Very common for snipers to do this, where they just wait for the crosshair to walk into their, or the target to walk into their crosshair. Or maybe just keep tracking, and so they strafe back. Let me find the long strafe, and then you just, the moment you see the strafe, read it and know that your crosshair is on, you shoot, right? Just one of the two. Just don't go crazy. Essentially. It's about like, the thing is like, if you're expecting someone to strafe, you're not gonna try and predict, oh, they're gonna strafe now, and then you flick there. No, you're gonna do one of the techniques that is gonna ensure either a connection or a high likelihood of connection. Just guessing when someone is gonna strafe is gonna make you miss very often. I'm exaggerating here against Zana, but that's my point. So because like the thing is, you should be reading enemy movements. A big part of hitting shots is not a mechanical skill. It's your ability to read someone's movements. I don't know why my FPS is sometimes tanking. Heard other players were having some FPS issues, but mostly with Stadium, not like the normal game. Maybe I need to upgrade my PC. But yeah, going back to like the mechanics talk. You should be reading movement. That's the main reason why I actually decreased the size of my crosshair. Look at how small the thing is. Look at how tiny that dot is. This dot is also even like 50% opacity. Because the whole point is that I should not be turbo focusing on my crosshair. Because if I turbo focus on my crosshair, I'm gonna be always lagging behind. Because I'm gonna look, oh, I'm off targets. I need to adjust. And it's always gonna be that game of like reacting to the crosshair. Rather than I look at this Ashe and I know, oh, she's strafing. So I'm gonna move towards the strafe and I know the speed at which I need to move my mouse because I'm inputting into my brain what movement she's making, right? That's the difference. So when you're trying to track this Ashe, you should not be looking at the crosshair, you should look at the Ashe. The crosshair is just there as a reference of like, oh, I'm very far off, okay, this is how much I need to move. But for actually aiming, you look at the Ashe. I'm not looking at my crosshair, and yet I'm very accurate. I'm just looking at the Ashe. And my brain will do the rest. See this? Whereas if I focus on my crosshair, you're gonna see that I always... The moment there that I swapped my crosshair, there was a lot more of these... I think the word I'm looking for is jittering. With the crosshair, I'm always like lagging behind. I'm always having to do these adjustments of like, you know? I didn't even look like a crosshair, yeah. But yeah, I feel like my aim has improved as I change to a dot because it helps me actually pay attention to what matters. It's not intrusive. I'm not gonna play comp right now. It's too early. This stream is kind of like, the point of it is to get more people of my most dedicated viewers to become aware of my new channels. So I have the pinned messages set up. I want to help give those channels a boost to start off. I don't know when it's gonna be like, okay, like these channels are now gonna start really growing on their own and reaching a new audience. But I'm gonna do what I can to just like help them get the visibility faster and just to chat with the community a bit. Also, because I've been working on getting these channels for the last few days, I have not really played. The last time I played I believe was on stream Saturday, and then I did not play after that. I did not play on Sunday. I barely played on Monday. If I even played at all. I think I only played Kovacs on Monday. I think it was, I didn't really play, or rather, I was thinking about maybe playing Overwatch, warming up on Kovacs, and because my shoulders were a little bit hit from my calisthenics training, my Kovacs aim was shaky, like especially the tracking, and so I decided to like, and not just tracking, I actually tried also clicking scenarios with like flicks and stuff. And all of my aim was shaky, I was not like precise, I was not stopping. It was like stop, shake, stop, shake, stop, shake. So like my muscles were not in good condition for me to perform at a high level, so I decided not to play. So I need to de-rest. So I'm not gonna be playing comp right now. Did I do this? Okay. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm feeling rusty, it's just... I would like to guarantee that I'm in shape to play if I'm gonna compete. Because like I've taken 7-day breaks or more before, just come back and play the game and be completely fine. But you never know for sure, so it's always good to check. Because I think that breaks can be quite healthy. They can help reset your mental, recenter your focus, make the game novel again. Which all helps performance, and heck, a break can actually improve your ability to play the game instead of decrease, you know? I'm gonna try and be very smooth with my aim, very deliberate. Obviously I do need to pay attention in the right moments to my aim. Like I can't just like turbo focus on my aim when I need to track cooldowns and stuff. Watch out. Okay, not touching.
Objective A captured.
Yeah, I tend to do really well on breaks. Tend to do really well on breaks. Listen to their noises. Especially the echo. I think the echo is right below here, yeah. Need to be very attentive to the echo. Really like my aim there. Really calm and collected aim. And I don't think that I loaded into a very competitive lobby. Like, I think that this is very loose matchmaking from quick play. But that's no problem if I'm practicing mechanics. Yeah, right there I turbo focused on mechanics and just did not deflect his shots, for example. But it's fine because there's no kill threats. Okay, they're pushing point. I try and smoothly track this guy. I don't care if it's the right decision, I just wanna practice. Oh, I'm dead. Maybe not. Get him! Ah, no killer! Below you, ball! Ball running around with like that infinite HP is just so silly. Everyone's just shooting, and Ball lives. What a silly character. 3k damage is not too bad. Gonna just drop on this guy. Gonna try and leave this on my the back up here. Could focus on my aim, but then I die because I'm not paying attention to the fact that I'm 1v3. Okay, I'm out of there. Bye bye. But yeah, how do you all like the new channels?
Finally, a real challenge.
I put in a ton of work. I don't think I really forgot anything. I already made banners for them. I updated all my commands. All of the links between the channels are correct. To break this guy's shield. That was fairly good tracking on that carry. Unfortunately, didn't quite hit everything, but it was move aim. Yeah, swift cuts can be really good to bully certain tanks, like Sigma, for example. You can't bully him all the time, like you need to play around rock, but other than that, you can just use it to get really good damage. As long as you know how to use it, like Swift Cuts is really strong in a lot of matchups. I don't think that Swift Cuts is less about necessarily the specific matchups, although there are some matchups where it's certainly stronger, and more about knowing how to use it in each matchup. Almost forgot to cap. I don't think Bazaar is dying. I'm not gonna be in her face. By the effort you put in. It should be. Even if the gameplay channel doesn't pay off as much, which I doubt it won't. Especially because it's like so low maintenance. The coaching channel certainly will. Because it makes oops. My aim just went you can see how my bad habits just took hold there in that moment, and I just started over flicking and I just missed the kill because of it. But I was just saying, like, the coaching channel was just free advertisement for me, so the time investment for it, which is very small, like I literally just uploaded there, like add a pinned comments that is just like the same for every video, that's about it. And then boom, my coaching sessions now attract more people because the people can watch for free. And so those that are interested in coaching can learn if they actually want it or not. from watching the quality of the session, you know? So it should pay off. I'm not out-tracking. That's one of the issues. To be fair, I did set out to practice mechanics this match, but one of the tough things is that right now I don't really have a good balance. Like, even if I don't focus on mechanics in wrong moments, I'm still just like losing time that I could be using to think about other topics like the ult economy and whatnot, which are important. He's not gonna come here. Yeah. I think that part of it is not actually mechanics fault though. I think that part of it is just that I'm narrating and just chatting on stream. Bap, go back, Bap, live, Bap. Wait, where is the soldier? Hello.
I am repaired.
Go for the terrible dash on the Zarya. I'm just fooling around. I'm almost tempted to like swap and practice aim on a different character, but no. I'm curious though how my mechanical practice will pay off for other characters in the near future, like with my ball gameplay. And yeah, they swapped Zarya and now my team suddenly has no idea what to do. Classic. Zarya is just such a noob stomper. I think she has the sticky perk. Yeah. Like those stickies lasted a long time. My team is still not walking. What is my team doing?
Here it comes.
Okay. Let's try and carry this.
Eyes on the bad guy.
Clear space. Probably shoot Zarya for a bit. Force bubbles. Okay, one bubble down. He might have a grab soon. Take angles around the Zarya with this comp. Yeah. Take space slowly but surely. Now rotate backline. Careful echo. That's one bubble. Zarya is isolated now. We should shoot Zarya. Careful. The bad Bob. We're down one. I wanna get the high ground. I mean, we should be able to hold it because the only person that can really contest it is the Echo.
Everyone feeling better?
30 seconds remaining.
Echo's gonna come here, I'm assuming.
Amplification matrix ready. Prepare to fire. Light them up.
Meteor strike. My ultimate meteor strike is charged.
Zarya dead. Chill. Team is not quite all there yet. I wanna get these taggers very badly. They're gonna be OT respawns too. I'm waiting for the brig to push, maybe. Ooh, the brig is not pushing. Smart. Okay, need to live. My team can touch point here. I need to control these side lanes.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Baptiste.
Zarya is spawning soon. Need to help that guy. No cooldowns. Nice. Okay. Not expect so much resistance as much, but the Zarya swap apparently just hard carries it. It's not just the Zarya swap though, it's like the fact that the map becomes a lot more enclosed, so there aren't really any good paths for our team.
Now
Watch out.
traveling to Petra.
As always, these streams are or in these streams I'm open for questions, I'm open for ideas for what to focus on in my gameplay, to narrate. So let me know. Anything you would like me to answer, anything you would like me to talk about. Meow.
Show me what you're made.
Taken the lead. Hi. Advancing upward.
One thing that I've noticed from my Kovacs practice, it's been limited so far, I haven't actually put in all that many hours in it yet, is that a lot of the... I can see a lot of the payoff translate from one skill to the other. So in, for example, scenarios that involve both tracking and flicking, getting better at my flick scenarios, right, the flick scenarios that are isolated for it, make a lot of my target switching better. And then the tracking practice makes my flicks or the flick scenarios smoother, because now maybe rather than necessarily like full stopping somewhere, I can just kind of flow between targets much better, and I waste less mouse movements or something like that. Not giving the best examples right now, not really worried about that. But it is really interesting to see how bringing different areas of your aim right up just helps create a more balanced body, let's say. Because really the best analogy is to just use the human body, right? Like running, for example, is not just about the legs. Believe it or not, you need to actually have develop like the rest of your body to a certain degree, so that you don't, let's say, lose balance. I guess a better example would be, or a more direct example would be, for example, yes, the legs are important for running, but also your stamina, right? Those are the two main ones, even though usually I wouldn't say usually, but like some people would just like think about only one of them and not actually both. But especially like you do need the rest of the body to also be there.
The beach day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
I can read the full question later, but I get the gist of it. Let me try this approach again. I like this one. Let's break this. Wait, did I not break it? I think might have moved it. Who's controlling backline? Yeah. You can see that the Zarya is isolated because I'm controlling both supports.
Got one here.
She has no bubbles, so she can die soon. The hog is going for the hook of the map.
Enemy here.
Right now I should control the Reaper. Reaper is out. They're not gonna fall for it. They're walking on my team, so I should go in. Just playing my life because I have no resources. Not gonna break the trap and warn him. Nice. Again, control backline. Can go for that because I have deflect. No mines from junk. I'm not really worried about combos. I'm falling into flick habits on junk. I'm gonna back up now. Unlikely to get a kill. Get my bearings again. One bubble down.
Restoring balance.
Okay, traffic broken. Might be able to get the Zarya here actually.
Over there.
Aw.
Got one here. I'm on fire.
Lots more options from above.
Arigato.
I continue on this path.
Part of your question is cut off, but from what I understand, your question is about
Guide you.
like marking a threat on the backline versus. Oops, there's a Zarya here. Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Marking a threat on the backline versus trying to go for your own kills.
I'm checking in.
They're actually paddling up to me. Yeah. Headphones OP. Don't know how those are not headshots, but sure. But yeah, in terms of like that question about like which targets should you be focusing on, I mean, one, don't overthink it, shoot what's close. But also, one thing that Genji players often get wrong is like about things like, oh, Tracer's killing my backline, Sombra's killing my backline. If those targets are already in your backline, oftentimes turning back is not good. Oftentimes it's not good to turn around. Most of the time you want to deal with those threats proactively rather than reactively. So rather than letting them get to your backline, prevent them. So cut them off, fight them on the flank that they want to use. Because Genji is not good at peeling, Genji is good at marking. So you can prevent the Sombra or the Tracer from being a threat to your backline. You don't prevent it, or you don't deal with it, rather. When they are already a threat, you prevent them from becoming the threats. So right now, if they had a flanker, the flanker would need to be fighting me right now, for example, rather than I am diving backline and then they deal with me. As an example, if you remember the 1v3 play that I did and killed Lifeweaver in first rounds, the Junkrat being there, I did not care, because I could deflect and walk out, right? If there's a Tracer on my backline, she's just gonna dance around with blinks and recall. Sure, I might be able to force the recall early, but the Tracer is getting more value because I'm turning around for her at that point, unless I get the pick, which is not that likely. So it's about preventing the threat from becoming a threat in the first point. So like here, for example, the reason why this feels so easy for me and I can get so much value is because there are 0 players from the enemy team on flanks. They're all walking main. So I'm literally free to just walk on backline and 1v2, 1v3 every single fight.
Enemy spotted.
But you can absolutely mark the enemy team. Right now, for example, we're on defense. I don't really have to go out of my way to go backline. If there's a valuable play, yes. But there are situations where the enemy backline is too far for you to go for them. So right now my objective is not to go for backline. I'm not gonna go for Ana there, just too far. Right now I'm gonna control this Reaper. So you can see how I'm cutting him off because I cannot access backline. Look at where the Ana is, right? You could see it with the Sunny. So I'm cutting off the Reaper, he never becomes a threat to my backline. Once their backline walks, I go on backline. Backline is gonna walk now because of the tree. So now I look for a play on the backline. Makes sense? Obviously, not gonna get the best examples here because I'm doing it live on a game that does not involve flankers from the enemy team, which would be the best example. But for the most part, I'm happy with my decision making.
Hey there. Thank you. Enemy here.
I'm just gonna walk back. You can see how they're so far back that it's kind of hard for me to do anything. At least with where my team is playing. So right now, just control the angle.
Enemy spotted.
Reaper is gonna slowly win it, because he has Life Weaver Pocket, but I can slow him down.
Helping you out.
And boom, he's you. I almost died, because I was relying on the dash.
Let the Kitsune guide you. Enemy here.
Wait, the Ana is all the way there. Meow. One more for the road.
Vic.
One thing that will help you a lot about the questions that you have is just watching my gameplay VODs. That's one of the main purposes of the gameplay channel, is for me to be able to actually provide gameplay that people can look at, my tendencies, without just relying on the narrated ones, because the narrated ones take a long time to make. And I'm not going to spam them, because I also want to make guides on specific topics and whatnot, not just gameplay. So on the main channel, I need to balance all the different kinds of educational content that I want to make. So it end up with a lack of gameplay if you want to just like, okay, you have a topic to study and now you want to see it in action in a bunch of different maps and situations. You don't have that. Only if you go to the streams. Now you have gameplay VODs that I'm going to be uploading from good matches. So you can go ahead on that channel and look at those. The perks are interesting. I think that the only perk that you should never pick is Blade Twisting. Blade Twisting just sucks. There are some people that think that it is good. I really don't see the argument. I have never seen it. I've tried to think about how to use it for over 6 months. I have not found something that's useful ever over meditation.
And they say,
And the fact that they nerfed the deflect because of meditation kind of goes to show my point of like how strong meditation is. Swift cuts, I'm testing out using it more. I have a video. I wish I had already published it. I just kind of ended up getting busy with other things and procrastinating a bit. But I have a video in the works of like called the Swift Cuts Paradox, where I just talk about how Swift Cuts is a weird perk that that has a deceptively high skill floor and ceiling.
Dispersing.
This Genji's meditation still just does more there. That's the problem. Meditation allows you to deal more damage than Blade Twisting,
Let me teach you a lesson.
while being more flexible with how it allows you to deal more damage. Again, we're only judging by damage here. And then if you stop judging it only by damage... No! Then meditation just becomes infinitely better. How can Blade Twisting be improved? Scrap the design. It's an inherently flawed design. Damage can't be too high or it's obnoxious. Either it's broken or obnoxious or both, probably both. It probably needs to be obnoxious to be good.
I burn like the door.
And broken to be good. Or it's weak and not worth picking ever. It's just a bad design for the perk. You need to look for a new design, something else. I already talked about different ideas. Lower the dash cooldown based on how many targets you hit. Give over health based on targets hit.
I cherish every victory.
Heck, imagine a perk where... I was thinking about reducing dash cooldown on dash hits, but you could maybe also just flip it, where you reduce deflect based on targets hit with dash. reload shurikens on dash. You know, like there are many ideas that don't ride on a knife's edge of balance that makes it just like a perk that does not belong in the game or cannot belong in a healthy state in the game.
Select a map.
Give me tips on timing Dragon Blade? I have a blade guide, just check that out.
Welcome to Rialto.
The older I get, the faster the years go.
It's likely that time is passing at the same rate it always has. Barring
Also, one
relativistic
thing that I
effect,
was
of
thinking
course.
about like my other channels, sometimes I wanna give people examples of specific areas of their gameplay, like I'm giving tips. Like that's something that I like to always do in coaching sessions, where I maybe play a match myself to showcase examples, or
Oh, I remember
pick up
now.
one of my clips to showcase an
wasn't it?
idea.
Birds
But
and music.
on my channel, I don't really have all that many gameplay VODs to choose from. So if I have a channel that is filled to the brim with gameplay, then it will be much easier for me to be able to showcase, oh, okay, here's an example of the exact idea that we're talking about. Oops. Force the ball out. Once ball is out, I can maybe look for my own setup.
I will not let you fall. Enemy spotted.
I was trying not to overthink his strafing. He made very simple strafing. Wait, where is my team? Need to check that out before I engage. Might be able to kill ball. Wait, I think ball somehow stole Mario from me. Huh. Might need to lock in for this match.
Hey, it's Eagle. We need to move the payload.
That rollout is good, but you need to time it well. I did not. I just locked in. Very classic Genji mistake, just focusing too much on themselves and not on the big picture. Like right now, me making a play while this ball can contest my entire backline is not good. So I should first force the ball out, then go on the backline if I want. Then it's too far up. Bro, okay, me please. Thank you.
I'm on fire.
My ultimate yet charged. Ultimate is almost ready.
As our ultimate is charging. The barrier appears.
Oh, nice flash. Ball will stall forever, so I need to not bother. Need to be in position to do something about backline. Backline is still very far. Yeah, so you can just like if backline walks to help ball, I go on backline. Again, you can see the flick habit preventing me from killing that. that Ana.
The payload has reached
But yeah, if backline walks to help ball, then I go backline. If backline does not walk, then we just win by shooting ball. So I don't need to do anything. Because I'm not gonna do that much about ball, or at least I'm not gonna do that much with their positioning that ball had, which was too far away from me. I can interact with ball decently as long as I'm in a decent position, like there. I can actually do decent damage to ball. Oops. How to contribute more to the team, you just do your part well. Don't overthink it.
Over there.
I'm not doing enough. It's not your job.
The payload moves.
Have you ever heard his pilot say that on one of his sessions? I need to start talking about that too. Like, if you're doing your part and someone else is dying, that's not your problem. It's their problem.
Group up with me.
My ultimate
Payload ain't worth much just sitting here. Let's move.
Don't kill me.
Enemy spot.
I wanna force ball first. Because ball has consistently been controlling my entire team. Yeah, I was trying to bait that Genji into going for the Wu Yang ult on me. That's why I stayed close to him for that long. And he got baited, he did not go on my backline with that. Clear Bowden, yeah.
reached the checkpoint.
Usually matches in Overwatch are about denying enemy setup then going for your own. Because if you go for your own setup but the enemy also has setups, then it's just... I mean, it's not terrible, but... Then it's just like an even fight, and you don't really want even fights. I'm not gonna be able to kill him. I'm not gonna go that deep for backline.
The payload advances. Thanks.
Spotted an enemy.
These barrels are smoking.
My ultimate
Team is here.
Nanoboost administered.
Okay, my team is dealing with balls, so I'm just controlling backline.
Step
You can see that I'm not pushing, and if I was pushing I would be dead. Because I would be isolated, my team would not be able to help me. But because I don't walk that far forward while they're dealing with ball, then I managed to live and help them live ball because Soldier cannot push because I'm there.
Let's roll out.
Might die here
Quite ready yet.
for my safe movement. Might be able to catch someone. Nah, I don't think so. Just get out. Guy needs to get out of here.
Numbers do not favor us.
I never had to use that.
Please. That's risky. Wait, I'm hard lagging. Okay. I was just like, what the hell? The stream isn't lagging, right? It's just my game. Yeah, I don't see any dropped frames from my OBS.
Payload stalled. We need to get a move on. The graffiti flux is upon us.
Mercantons? I'm glad. Always nice to hear that.
I'm on fire. Where there's smoke.
Okay, what is happening with the servers? Hello?
On the payload.
Like, this is kind of unplayable because people are... Yeah. You can see how things are teleporting. Okay, I guess I killed someone. Apparently my team has a playable game. Or maybe they're just pressing buttons too or something, who knows.
Step right.
I guess I killed him. Just trust! Okay, there you go. Stream on Twitch? I also stream on Twitch. I'm live right now.
My ultimate nano administered.
Locked and loaded.
Okay, can we wrap this up, please?
Payload in motion. There's one. Stays in motion.
I am unbreakable.
Classic. Classic. Oh, and I'm lagging again. Okay. What's going on? Like, Blizzard, hello? Can you not have garbage servers for like a week? Like, it literally hasn't been a week since I last had server issues. Not internet issues, server issues. Nautilus, can you do something for me? Can you check if SA is working on it or not? I remember you said that the servers weren't working. Or I guess not even servers, right? South America only has one server. Wasn't working at the start of the season. What about now? Is it not working now? Yeah, I almost always play NA. I did some EU adventures, but especially now I've seen that people have started to like really like banning Genji on EU. So as I climb into champ, I really don't want to queue into EU because EU bans Genji and NA doesn't. What server am I on? I'm Ord 1. I don't know why it's just 270 MS. Let's try Vaxta. If it stays this way, I'll just do a VOD review or something. Do 420 plus ping then? I just got good. That's kind of it. I could talk about mental and whatnot, and sure, those are important, but for the most part, it's just I got good. I got good enough to perform at this level. So if you think about it, it's almost as if I have to be better than everyone else to be at the same rank as them because of the latency handicap. That's basically it. Just a fact of where I live and the level of competition that I play, which causes me to not be able to play in low latency because I don't have enough good players in my server to match against them. That causes me to just have to accept that I have to be better than everyone else to be the same rank as them. Genji is really good. He's been one of the best characters in the game for a while. And something that I don't think a lot of people are ready to hear is that Genji has been much better than people think, even when the perception of the character was bad. So like before season 9, I think Genji was fine. It's just that the loud creators of the character were just screaming that Genji sucks. I think that Genji was fine for most of Overwatch 2 and heck even for a part of Overwatch 1. But people just, one, weren't good enough at his game sense to really know that, and two, like the voices were so loud talking about him being trash that people would play him poorly. There's a reason why, and like this is not just about Genji. This is something that has been happening consistently across Overwatch. When Overwatch 2 launched, the strongest role in the game was support. And supports were crying that their role is the weakest because they did not know how to play aggressively. Supports are not heal bots. Supports deal damage, and they're very good at it. And they have some of the strongest utility in the game. So we're working fine right now. For some reason, I'm stuck on 240 latency right now. I'll have to restart my game and see if that's something happened. Sometimes I don't know why, like if the connection just changes from like a latency spike and then it never changes back. So now my connection toward 1 is 70 ms higher than normal. But like support was strong and people did not know how to play support, so they thought support was weak. Fair after the rework was strong, people did not know how to play her, so they thought she was weak. And then suddenly she's meta in Overwatch League. I don't remember if it was Overwatch League at that time or Overwatch CS, but on Pro. And then Suddenly, oh my god, guys, Fair is meta, let's play her in ranked, right? Community perception is often not a good reflection of actual power levels. I really don't like the idea of nerfing Genji to 225. It really doesn't matter how many buffs you slap to him. 225 is such a massive nerf to any character that it's probably not gonna be worth it. Besides, anyone that is trying to nerf Genji's HP to try and buff his damage misunderstands the point of the character. Genji kills things just fine on this HP. It's not because of his damage that Genji kills. Genji kills because of the setups that he can achieve. If you compare Genji damage-wise to half the roster, actually no, I believe I did this before. Like 66% or 70% of the DPS have more damage than Genji. Genji does not kill because of damage. Genji kills because of his setup potential. He can achieve better setups than a Cassidy can. This is why Cassidy has a better gun. Worse setups to have the same lethality as Genji overall, right? To have these two have relatively close power levels. This one needs to have stronger weapon because of the weaker setups. This one needs to have a weaker weapon because of the stronger setups. It's the give and take of balance. I'll agree with you, some of the Genji nerfs have not been very interesting. I wanna restart the game real quick to see if that fixes my connection. Let me just log back in real quick. Excuse me. Duel with one press of a button is OP, skill issue. Anyone that makes that argument deserves those two words and not any else. Little is skill issue. If Genji is deflecting in front of you and you keep shooting it, skill issue. There is counterplay to it. If you think that the ability is brain dead, try playing Genji. If you still think that the ability is brain dead afterwards, you're making a bad faith argument. Hello. 1K GDM. Deflect is still strong even if people don't shoot it, and because of like if you think about it, when Genji jumps in front of someone and is dealing big damage, they're forced to react. They can't really play around deflect as much. That's part of the character design. If you let him get that close, you have already screwed up. So that's not about deflect. That's about you not understanding how the character functions and not understanding the counterplay. It's like complaining that Reinhardt deals too much damage when you just walk in front of him rather than walking away from him and keeping your distance, right? It's completely missing the nuance. How do I restart? Oh, I need to change damage here. How much damage do I need to kill Tracer? Ideal 160 a combo. So 110% is fine. I'm just trying to not mess up the breakpoints for other characters. I don't think this does though. Okay, you can see that right now my connection to the server is fine. Oops. It's not fast enough. No, but you can see that my breakpoints are getting screwed. This is what I don't like about this code in particular. Yeah, because the version of this code that I'm used to is the version where the Pharah needs to die in 2 slashes. She doesn't die to a slash dash. And a lot of the newer versions of this code make it so a lot of the targets you need to be less skilled to kill them. You can just land a swing dash rather than having to land double swing, for example. So I don't like all of the versions of this map. A lot of the fixes are not actual fixes. They just make the. I mean, it's not necessarily a problem to make it easier. I'm not gonna gatekeep. Like, if you can play in the difficulty that you want, right? But personally, I feel like the challenge level should be the initial one, with like double swing being considered, not like a swing dash on that fair. Like, that's about like the dev's intended design of like this workshop, where you have to do this and be fast enough, you know? It's just like very close. Whereas if you can land a single swing here, somehow this attempt, which I screwed up badly, is still doable. So it's about design, it's not about difficulty. Missed the dash on her. I actually want to just finish this real quick. I haven't done this in a while. Okay. Doing that many flicks in short duration is a little bit rough for my sense. Where do I live, Brazil? Also the L healed. Close. I don't remember if I've done this with 4K effective DPI. I think so. Oops. Not how you do it. Like this. Wait. What's happening? Dash? Swing dash. Oh, my damage is screwed up. Ah, I see. So then Ashe health would have to be changed. Fair health would have to be changed. So Ashe health down, fair health up. Show lobby. Heroes. Oops. Why can't I just change her HP? Or is it because it's only like you're the only one enabled? Health. 90. Okay, how many of you have done this code? I think it's a really fun minigame. Oh, I flipped early. Oops. There's a video that I ended up never releasing on this code of me speedrunning it and getting it under 1 minute. I had 3 deaths on the final run. I practiced for like 4 hours until I got that run. Oh, the Tracer's on top of the cart, running away from me. And now she's lower, yeah, I have to cut for that. I don't have enough time. There are some of these dashes that are very precise, like this one. You need to get this item with dash to position yourself for such a way to cover that gap that makes you reach that tracer. You need to hit the other tracer dash. So this part is like the hardest part of this level. This one right here. Because now I already don't have enough time. Even if I did not miss that swing. Like if you get that flick off, very unlikely that you can win. That flick was good, so now I can actually win. And even then I was too slow, huh? Interesting. Okay, now my dashes are faster. There we go. And now, one thing that you'll notice here is that a lot of the times when you dash here, even though I'm on top of her, she doesn't take damage. It's kind of an annoying property. And I don't remember if I talked about this in a video. I think I did, but this is something that changed in Overwatch 2, where your hitbox for some reason is smaller on the front but bigger on the back. So if I do this, you can see that I'm missing on the Ana, right? So I'm gonna spawn, do this. I'm gonna turn around. See this? I am in the exact same place, but when I'm looking away from the Ana, suddenly this dash hits. What logic is that? That's a hitbox change that was never fixed from Blizzard, which makes it seem like it's intended, or maybe that they don't know about it, but I'm pretty sure that enough Genji players know about this and have talked about it, that Blizzard should be aware of it, so it's probably something that they just decided not to deal with. Which is a shame, because sometimes you will end up just like being sure that you hit a dash, and it won't connect because of this. Like even that dash for some reason, oops, doesn't hit. Oh, I improvised because my usual setup for this level was off, and I still almost got it. Oh, I actually got it? I didn't think I actually got it there. Oh, very close. It's actually crazy how decent I am at this, despite not having played this for like a long time. Oops. Say that as I screw up. Oh, I had the time for the swing, I just missed it. I got lost on the space. I was not aware of where exactly I was in space. How am I this fast on thing? Practice. It's nothing fancy, it's literally just practice. I've played this game way longer than you all think I have. Like before I even started the journey to be the creator that you know right now, being focused on game sense and whatnot, I hit GM, or the equivalent of like GM3 or GM2 right now, purely on mechanics, when I was playing the game extraordinarily dumb. There's that push and connect. Oops.
Next time.
But yeah, I think that this is my first time doing this code on this sense. Rip. That dash connect that I won. Aww, almost had time for 2 swings. The mechanics have faded? No. If anything, I'm better mechanically. It's just a different style. Rather than being all about flicks and speed and whatnot and missing most of my shots and then just hitting something cool every now and then, it's consistently accurate. I do want to be more accurate, but I would not say that I'm bad mechanically, no. Other than the mechanics have faded. I consider myself to be infinitely better now. Also, I'm having another spike. Hello? Latency, please. Stream is fine. I'm having another spike though.
I continue on this path.
Yeah. The code is 9k GDM. Alright, thank you for the ego video. You're welcome. Okay. Latency is back to normal.
Not every
I'm always getting caught on that very end. There we go. I have more time than I think I do. Oops, I need to... Wait. I need to verify something. This dash should die. Dash, swing... Oh, yeah, that's why. I did not connect the dash. Okay, I need to remember how this last level works exactly.
mistakes.
They might have started to regenerate. Not fast enough. Ah, so close. I think that on that last tracer, like on this one, I don't think you can do this. Yeah, because then you don't have the dash to connect with the Pharah. You want the double dash there. Also, I'm lagging again. I don't understand. My stream has not lagged a single time, but the servers are screwed up. So I think that I'm gonna just have to stay away from ranked for now, because I don't want to just suddenly be losing games or just not have fun in games because there are latency spikes happening because of Blizzard servers. Because it's not on my end. Ranked is scary when you're almost champ and either your internet or the server seem to act up whenever you want to play. These past couple hours, really? What's happening there? Hello? Am I hitting my head on something? Oh. There was a time when I wanted to create one of these. I might still do eventually. Okay, I won. Nice.
My duty calls.
There was a time where I wanted to create one of these. I don't think it's that bad to make. I don't understand exactly how it works to make workshop code, but I do remember going into the workshop settings and finding that there is like, you can put the bot placements there. So if you learn how to place the bots, that's most of the work for this code. So maybe if I work with someone that knows how to actually code with the workshop editor, I could create this like a fun Blade game. Try changing the preferred servers, not gonna matter. It's not about the servers. The servers are or the game is not just suddenly changing my servers mid-game or something like that. Besides, I can only go on these two right now because those are the only ones that are not blocked by my firewall. And those are the ones that I'm logged into anyway, so changing it doesn't change anything. At least shouldn't, unless there's a weird interaction that I'm not aware of. I'm gonna queue up for one more game. we're gonna see if I lag. If I do, then I might just do a VOD review or something, because I have a little bit of time still. How is that possible? What? How is what possible? AWS, I don't know what that is. Also, did I open a new tab? Oh no. Okay. DNS config? You would have to tell me what DNS is. I think I've heard that before, but I don't remember what it is. If Blizzard wants to nerf Genji, then the one nerf that you could give, I talked to Spilo about this. Nerf the spread. That's the only thing on Genji's kit that I looked at and was like, that would be a healthy nerf. It's not deflect time or dash time or something, it's not his HP. There's nothing really about his movement that you wanna mess with. Ultimate charge time, ammo, or anything like that, reloads, projectile speeds, dash damage, deflect duration, none of those. The one thing that I looked at and was like, you know what, if Genji's overperforming and you wanna nerf him, nerf this. I don't know if Genji should be able to land double or triple shurikens at this range with right click. I feel like you should have to properly aim with left click if you want that. Because his spread was already buffed, right? So it became smaller, and then they increased the projectile size in season 9. So you end up just like murdering people from a surprisingly long range. Think about Reaper 2-tapping people at a range where he really shouldn't be, right? Where he should be like triple tapping, for example. So that is something that I feel like devs could address. It wouldn't be an unfair nerf, like you would just have to aim a little bit better. That's fine. A lot of the Genji community loves to say that, oh, they're better than everyone else, right? They make a bad character work, cope, right? Well, if you're so skilled, then get a little bit better at aiming and just hit those less accurate secondary fires, right? With bigger spread. Just get closer and get better at aiming. I feel like that would be the best nerf that you could give Genji if you want to nerf Genji.
Quite the battle.
I know that these robots have big hitboxes. But even here, right? I might shoot tapping tracer for my right click from this distance. Where's Anna? Anna has a decently small head hitbox. Like, I don't feel like those should be double hits. And I feel like to a certain extent, the accuracy on the right click has made people lazy with their abilities to just like maintain distance control. So they just end up kind of like strafing at this distance and shooting and just hitting a ton. Also, another thing about this spread is that even if you don't land big damage, like even if you only land one, it doesn't matter where they strafe, they're gonna land on one shuriken. There is not enough space between two shurikens for their head to fit and for the Genji to miss everything. So even if this Genji is very far off and the Ana is strafing well, the Genji is still landing damage. That's something that when I played Doomfist I came to really appreciate about Genji.
Our future.
And that's on Doomfist, if you're not that on, you're landing no damage. On Genji, you can miss a big amount, they can be strafing decently well, and you're still landing damage. So I feel like that's the one aspect of Genji that the devs could look into and nerf helpfully. Not his HP, definitely not deflect cooldown. They should never revert that. Ammo can stay at 24. I don't think it would be the worst idea in the world for them to just give into either a perk or into his base kit the ability to reload 3 shurikens on dash, not per target hit, just on dash period. Dash usage gives you 3 shurikens. Because that keeps his poke not as effective because he cannot spam as well. But that doesn't tank his ability to engage as much. Especially when you're animation cancelling often.
You still underestimate me? You are
I would like the devs to at least try that. See how it feels in game. And obviously they also need to buff some characters. Like, they should not really mess with Genji's design and make deflect 10, 12, whatever seconds, right? Same thing, they should not nerf Ana need to be 14 seconds. Maybe they need to be stronger, although I don't think that deflect needs to be, or sorry, need to be weaker. I don't think that deflect needs to be weaker to earn 8 seconds back. But character like Cassidy cannot really function on 250 HP. And a lot of the hit scans have been gutted. So a lot of the ideas that devs have had about nerfing Genji and other characters are because they have gutted half the DPS cast. High skill, high reward. He already is.
Traveling
If you mean high risk, high reward, Genji has never been high risk. Not more than other characters, at least. Look at the deaths per 10. If you compare the profile... Hello? Can you load? I have a ton of Genji players added, so this might be hard. Oh, another season. Maybe that helps. Where is a Cassidy? High level Cassidy. Love to look at that. Because people love to say that Cassidy is a very safe character. Is your profile public?
Much to learn.
No. Your profile open? Okay. Cassidy. 7.79. That's usually around where the Cassidys will be. Somewhere around the 7s. Genji. This guy doesn't play Genji. Normally Genji players will sit around 6. Or maybe even 5. Just because Genji is in people's face does not mean that he is inherently higher risk. Because he's built for those engagements. He has deflects, he has the mobility cooldown to get out. It's just a misconception. If anything, Cassidy is higher risk because once you actually close the gap... Like, look at this, why am I living this, right? I almost left that. But let's say I close the gap on a Cassidy, I close the gap on an Asher or whatever. They don't have a choice, they have to fight. This is why they die more. This is why they are to a certain extent higher risk than a character like Genji. Or at least they die more, you know? Not saying that Genji doesn't have risk, but has the tools. Cassidy has the tools to try and win some of those duels. But he does not necessarily have a choice to disengage from a bad duel, he just has to win the bad duel. Maybe I'm just good. I'm talking about general Genji stats, not just mine. This is just a general trend where good Genji play involves 6 to 5 deaths per 10, whereas Cassidys are gonna sit more around the 7s. Which I'm just using to talk about these points. Okay, I think it's an interesting point. And it's just people trying to justified the way they play a character as the absolute truth. Which I guess you could argue the same for me,
Payload says you have to move up.
which would be fair arguments. Right? Good job. Just getting people to think. Don't necessarily need you all to agree with my opinion here.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Enemy turret ahead.
But yeah, I would judge a lot of risk on a character's ability to disengage their bad situations. Genji can avoid bad situations and stay in good ones, right? Fight in good situations. A lot of hit scans cannot avoid their bad situations, they can only set themselves up for their good ones, for the most part. So they have that clear weakness in that sense. And also, why is Genji's proximity correlated with his risk? Isn't a Widowmaker duel at 50 meters away risky? Why are hit scans shooting at each other at long range not considered risky, but two Genjis standing close to each other considered risky? Right? So it's interesting to think about it. What caused the community to have these associations? Aww. This is close to you, it's much easier to back out. That's just untrue. In theory that might make sense, but the problem is the characters that are made to fight good up close are also good at closing the gap. If I close the gap on their Ashe and whatnot, they don't really have a choice. They have to fight me, they cannot run away. And they cannot really deal with my setups because I have the tools to just completely avoid being poked out during my setups, which is what I'm doing right now. What could this Ashe do to avoid me closing the gap? Right? If she takes a proactive angle against me, I just take another one. And I just keep playing this game of like setting up in ways that I avoid her sidelines. She can try her best to slow me down, but she can never fully avoid. I'm gonna reach out later. Try and win this.
Let the dragon consume you. The enemy approaches.
Don't want to get TNT there. Team is on point. Hopefully they can deal with mines. Ash is gonna come back with Bob, so I want to deal with that.
Be careful.
I'm gonna hit the ball, maybe.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Please kill the ball. Oh.
My duty
I
calls.
can elevate you here.
Hey!
Over there.
Rest up. I've set one.
Might be worth making a video on this topic. Call it, is Genji actually risky or something? a little bit of a baity title, but it's to provoke the discussion on the topic. Because there's a lot to be learned about it, about how you play, like if you feel like you are, like your Genji playstyle is incredibly high risk, then you might have something to learn from it and whatnot. So not only is it an interesting discussion to have period about the game, it can also just lead to a lot of self-discovery about like the way that you play and how maybe you can improve. I'm assuming you're talking about hit scanner of AGS, right, Adamat?
Tactical visor activated.
Because I don't think headshot makes sense in that sentence.
Life protects life.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Look at how I closed the gap by doing a dash away from the Widow. Guys, I missed the 50 damage, how am I ever gonna kill her? Right? A lot of people think that you really need that 50 damage and then you just die on entry. Always annoying with these stalls. I'm worried that they might farm nano soon. That's basically it. I'm just gonna play this, I don't care. What a pretext. The dodge was late. I just went for the Ana despite not necessarily being my best target at that distance. Just because I wanted to. I completely disrespected her because she had a good chance of sleeping me there. I did not properly set up for the blade because I was hoping my team would just win without me needing to blade. Oops.
Enemy turret destroyed.
But yeah, if I were to make a video on this risk topic, I would have to think about what is the correct packaging for it, right? So a good thumbnail, a good title and whatnot. I do generally know what the discussion is, so like scripting the video would not be too bad. But the packaging is very important. If I don't have that figured out, I cannot even just start writing. Because if I can't find a good way of like getting people to click on it, then there is no point in making the video.
Nano boost administered.
I have to wait a bit here. One time the ball lives, okay.
I'll run you over. Enemy turret sighted. Enemy turret destroyed.
Life
I'm just gonna control this angle for now. They're playing far back, I can't really force plays. I'll just waste my resources for no reason. Okay, my Ryan is dead. It's a shame. My Ryan is just not engaged there. Let our whole team just shoot ball. Control the backline, prevent them from walking. I have one more fight, Soldier is dead. We'll be able to live.
30 seconds remaining.
Crush their defenses.
Should be able to kill this ball. If anyone is there to shoot. No, they aren't. Shame. Did such a good job baiting there. Oh, someone left.
This ends now.
We don't have mana. Oh, that's okay.
Affirmative.
Okay. Let me catch up to chat real quick. It's a good thing I didn't lag, but I still don't trust the servers enough to try and play ranked. Did nothing all game. Yeah, that's also true. But in my case, like if you go into my, I guess that like the stats don't fully show the picture. Where is it? Wait, did I only play 3 games on this account this season? I actually don't really have games to look at. So let's look at a season that actually has games. 182, 6 deaths, so relatively low, but good damage. Heck, if you compare this damage to a lot of players that people consider quote-unquote aggressive, so a good example of someone that markets themselves that way is Hiko, right? With a lot of like the gameplay videos and also the clips that he posts. I'm pretty sure Hiko has lower damage per turn than me and higher deaths. So more aggressive, not necessarily doing the most. Now, again, the stats in a vacuum don't necessarily mean anything. You could say that I'm playing safer and shooting tank more. I'm probably shooting tank more, potentially. But also, if you look at my gameplay, it's nothing... you can't say that I'm not aggressive. A lot of the times I am very aggressive. Do I have a ranked code that I can show? I might have played too much quick play to have the code available, so let me think. I think it was this, Busan. Let me see. Might be literally the last code on the list. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna leave this code running, and I want you all to tell me if I am an aggressive Genji or what, or how aggressive you think I am on a scale of 1 to 10 or something. Just gonna let this leave this running while I finish reading chat. Genji's not a high-risk, high-reward hero, that will get them. Then Tilt had more focus. I saw a little bit of it, VTEX. I'm glad. What rank? I don't remember if you were asking about this match, but this was Genji. VTEX, I would recommend you check the poke coaching channel. It spins on both streams. The coaching video that I've released might help you. It's about mentality, about where to direct your focus. So I might relate to the student a lot. I don't really like the idea of talking about playstyles all that much, because one of the big things about Overwatch is that characters don't really have all that many ways to play them. Characters kind of have a solved way to just play the character, and sure, you adapt your play based on characters and situations, but I wouldn't necessarily call those playstyles. I would just call that playing the character. But maybe that's just me. I just personally don't like the idea of playstyles all that much. Okay, I'm caught up with chats. So, quick vibe check. How aggressive do I play? Let me know, chat. I'm tempted to make a joke about the way that you play Venture, which is you just go the hell in. And you just don't care. You just either kill people or you hold their attention for as long as possible. 2x so you can tell. Try to say by aggressive. I'm keeping it vague for a reason. You're a 10 out of 10. Just for comparison, actually. What would you rate Hiku? What would you rate Advocates? Two popular creators that are known for mechanics. Went that fast? Sure, my bad. I can replay. I'm just personally used to watching the game at 2x, so I just find it fine that way. Advocates is way more aggressive.
Group up with me.
Bracing shield.
Oi, oi.
Your way.
Get in there, and I will do.
Yeah, I think that there's an interesting discussion to be had. Can aggressive be bad? I don't know. It's up to y'all to judge. I don't care about specific metrics here. I'm just getting a general vibe check.
This ends now.
Better 2K is more safe. No crosshair? I have a small crosshair. Like, if I pause right here, do you see the crosshair? Small green dot in the middle. That's not 10 out of 10 aggressive. Excuse me. Alright, that's being showy, or sometimes I'm not aggressive enough. I have a lot of perspectives here, which is interesting. So in general, rather than necessarily talking about numbers then, let's just use a letter and a player. Or sorry, a letter for a player and then a symbol, right? So you could say something like A for Advocates greater than age for Hiku greater than P for Poke, right? And the greater than is for aggressiveness. So Advocates is more aggressive than Hiku, who is more aggressive than Poke. Okay? So we can just quickly get a general vibe check this way. So let's just quickly get that vibe check. Oh yeah, I need to close this. My PC doesn't blow up. A, Hiku, Poke. That's kind of the general one that I expect. Don't watch them? That's fine. Let me actually go back a little bit to read. Here's one thing. Everyone relies on mechanics for their plays. Everyone. You're not gonna find like a GM player with time on mechanics. Just because I lean towards game sense does not mean that I necessarily have bad mechanics, for example. Like, I'm hitting my shots, I'm killing them. Am I not relying on mechanics here?
Join me on the objective.
This guy is one.
Ahuga.
What about these two? Let's see. Was this a note? Yeah, this was a note. Let me actually slow this one down. There's an EMP push. I go into the flank.
EMP activated.
Miss. One shot, two shots. Close shots, a little bit rushed to reflex. But I'm relying on mechanics. This is one thing that is a big misconception that people have about the way that I play. Thinking that, oh no, either 100% brain or none of my plays rely on mechanics. Of course they do. Of course they do. If anything, I just set myself up to use my mechanics better. So one, personally, I don't think that this should be a hot take, although maybe this might be a bit of a hot take. I think my mechanics are better than Hiku's. Mainly because they're more grounded. I go for less flashy stuff, and I have better aim fundamentals. That's mainly it. Hiku is flashy and whatnot. I'm not gonna be, if I try to be as flashy as him, I'm gonna tank. I'm gonna feed. I'm not gonna get as many clips as him. But if you want just like a Genji player that will consistently do well, just hit shots, kill people, I'll do better than him. And I've faced him before. And I've beaten him. So this is not a dunk on him or anything like that. It's literally just his style, right? He likes his style. I like to watch his style, right? And to be fair, he could hone that style to be better than my current fundamental based aim, right? But he just has less time than I do, I think, overall in the game, and just to grind the game because of his jobs. But so it's like we're all relying on mechanics, right? So it's not, we're relying on mechanics differently, but it's not like I am shying away from mechanical plays. You could talk about like how often we are going for mechanical plays, sure. But this is where I want to bring this back. And this is something that I've been meaning to make a video on, or make an updated video. This is one of the oldest videos that I have on the channel. Where I make the distinction between aggressive positioning and aggressive play. If you pay attention to my positioning, this is what I want to do here on this second round. I want you all to pay attention to my positioning. Right now, safe positioning. Moving aggressively, moving aggressively, moving aggressively. I'm gonna deepen my angle soon, deepening to backline, right? This is fairly aggressive positioning. I would also argue that this is decently aggressive play because I'm actively engaged in combat. Aggressive play, for the most part, I dictate between in a binary fashion of, are you engaged in combat or not? Right now I am aggressive. I'm playing aggressive. Or if I disengage, I'm playing passively. Whereas positioning is more of a gradient. How close am I to my opponents? That's how aggressively positioned you are. Now, for hit scans, that might be a little bit weird because of the way their ranges work, but this is kind of something that I've built more for Genji or other characters similar range-wise. And also, you could argue that, yes, characters that have more range want to position less aggressive positionally and just want to really exploit when they activate their play, when they change their non-aggression play-wise to aggression play-wise, right? The very important distinction. Because what you will see is that a character like Sojourn wants to be positioned not as aggressively. She does want to take good sightlines and angles and whatnot, but the main point of a character like Sojourn or Cassidy or Ashe and whatnot is that they're constantly applying pressure. Their play needs to constantly be aggressive. A character like Genji does not need his play to be constantly aggressive. most of Genji's lethality, and this is what we discussed earlier, is related to his positioning. So a lot of the times you're going to be playing passively, play passively, walk to the flank, avoid combat. Once you get up close, boom. You flip the switch, now you're double aggressive. You're aggressive positioning, but you're not aggressively positioned and playing safe because you're not engaged in combat. You're also now playing aggressive. So now you're turbo aggressive. And so this is something that I encourage you all to compare about my gameplay and let's say Alvikit's or Hiku's positioning. They might engage in combat more, they might look more mechanical flashy, but if you look at the game through this lens, you might be surprised and you might look at my gameplay and judge it as being the most aggressive. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't think it's relevant. It's just food for thought. But what you'll constantly see in my gameplay is that I push myself towards those setups very, very often. I'm constantly thinking about this. How can I close the gap? How can I close the gap? Make my character more effective. I live in these more aggressive positions much more than those other players. They tend to sit back and poke from range and kind of wait for their tank engagement a lot more. Right? So that's an interesting way of looking at things that might give you the insight of like why I'm bringing this discussion up, why I think it's so interesting. It's 15 seconds in, 20 seconds in, and I'm already on the enemy backline positioned very aggressively. I cannot quite make a play there. It doesn't make sense to do so. They're playing so far back, we have already neutralized those strats. They have 0 sightlines. But I'm positioned very aggressively. You can't say that I'm not being an aggressive Genji, right? So, often people associate the word safe with the way that I'm playing. No, not at all. Although maybe if you think back about what we were talking earlier about deaths per 10, then maybe I am playing safer than the Sojourn because I can disengage from that. She can't. Right? Aggressively positions. I'm gonna be taking a lot of aggressive trades with this character too because I really want this high ground. Gonna stay positioned aggressively here on this high ground, fighting their hazard. I'm gonna stay here even with my hazard dying. No, never mind. I'm gonna back up those. But I'm gonna try and maintain an angle. I'm still very close to my opponents. Engaging in fights as aggressively as I can, right? I would argue this is fairly aggressive. Fairly aggressive. You know? Do you all want me to just keep playing the VOD for you all to just think about it? Now that I've said what I said? While I catch up with chats?
Love me a good tussle. Hit me again. They're on the point. Bring it on. Papa.
Group up with me.
System task. Racing shield.
Oi, oi.
Prepare your way.
Get in there, and I will do.
Help me.
No. Genji is not only good for tank engagements. And if my gameplay here is not a good way to show that no, you're not reliant on their tank and you can and should flank on Genji and take your own duels and whatnot, then I don't know how I can help you, right? Because no, Genji is not reliant on his tank. If you are trying to rely on your... I mean, you should think about your team's timing. Of course, I'm not disregarding that. But if you are one of those players that think that you need to be setting back, kind of waiting, and then your tank goes in, and then you dash in and stuff like that, and you're not being proactive about the way that you take space, then you're tanking your value as Genji, and you might as well swap to a character like Cassidy. I have an upcoming video that's gonna talk about how Genji is not an opportunist, and how one of the most important parts of playing flankers in general is for you to do the tank's job. Your tank's still gonna do their job, but a lot of your value before you actually engage on Genji, we even saw this at the very first fight. Let me actually go back to it. This is very interesting. And I'm not trying to take shots on anyone, by the way. If I'm coming off as rude or anything like that, let me know. This is not my intention. Watch Greedy by any chance? No. There's a reason why Greedy is blacklisted from Spylo's Hammer Time, where he judges other people's contents. It's mostly emotional rants, bad faith arguments, stuff like that. It's just not worth your time. But like here, if you think about the reason why this flank is so good, and I'm not gonna actually engage these players. Right now, I am allowing my team to function because if I don't exist there, the Sojourn takes the sideline, my Ana is forced back, she cannot heal my tank will now crumble to poke pressure. But by positioning here, right, I enable my team to function because now the Sojourn and this Life Weaver have to run away. I'm not even gonna get to do them, but by just forcing them back here, they are literally not gonna be able to see anything. Just look at those characters. What can they see? Can they see anything relevant? They can't. They can't. These characters have no sightlines because we are trending them aggressively. If my tank isn't here, the job is basically the same. Less effective, but the same, right? This is what I'm doing on Genji here. I'm controlling space. I'm enabling my team. I'm setting them up. So very, very important. You're not reliant on your tank. If anything, your tank is reliant on you taking space. Because if you don't take that space, your tank is gonna get shot hard, and you're gonna lose. If you're not taking that space on Genji, then you're just gonna most likely lose the poke trade. That's 5v5. That's what I enjoy about 5v5. You're not reliant on your double tanks just doing all of the job of like space taking and whatnot. And you're not constantly forced to fight a tank. Oh hey, I don't want to fight a tank, guess what? I can dodge it. If it's 6v6, there will be a tank here, and there will also be a tank here. So now I just always have to fight a tank. And sure, tanks are easier to fight, but they're still tanks. They still probably beat me. So I don't really enjoy 6v6. I like this freedom. I like being the one that can do these things. Because the map gives me the freedom. There are not enough bodies in the map to actually prevent me from looking for the opportunities for duels and taking the aggressive space, right? There might be DPS that come fight me, or maybe even tank that goes to fight me. But if the tank comes fight me, now that's a really good trade for me. Let me catch back up with chats. I read both chats. And yeah, that's the case. Like if your tank doesn't take attention to portraits here, like target can't kill through heals, yes, that has almost always been the case in the game. Unless your whole team is focusing that target. So yes, supports need to be able to sustain people to a certain degree to not be useless, right? Because otherwise if supports can't out-heal the damage, or let's say two supports can't out-heal the damage of a single Genji, and by the way, you can sometimes still kill people through double support pocket as Genji, then supports would have to just completely disregard healing and just be DPS. Supports need some level of sustain to be able to keep people up through some level of pressure, so that the tactical aspects of the game function, and not just a deathmatch where you just run it down on your opponents because they can't sustain any damage. So it's just about who gets there first, right? There needs to be some resistance so that you can actually try to outmaneuver the enemy team and find better duels and stuff. Yeah, you're right, Nautilus. Can go for mechanical heavy play without being in an aggressive position. Yes. Those topics are not necessarily correlated, but they're often forced together because people associate one with the other, even though they might not necessarily actually make sense to bundle up. Capitalizing on your space being made, not your problem. I mean, it is your problem because you might lose that match, but you did your job, so that's not your problem. Go next. Win the matches where your team is not an NPC, right? Or your tank is not an NPC. Take these positions on my own. That's why I want to make a video on it. Go ahead, shot without dying. It depends on your setup. But that's the thing. I have a whole video on this. Let me quickly find it. Harmless spoke. Why your dives get countered. Why your dives get countered. Boom. Worked for a whole month on this video. Extraordinarily good video. Really proud of this one. And I posted in both chats. If you haven't watched it, watch. Technical enough tank? Yes. That'll be an accurate description of what most flankers do. Depends on the way that you're thinking about tank. You're not a tank that just walks down mid. You're a pseudo tank. A decently good comparison for Genji, tank-wise, would be someone like Hazard, or Ball, or Diva. The mobile characters that control angles. They use their powerful close-range presence to take away positions from the enemy team. They don't necessarily need to kill the Sojourn, the Ashe, the Cassidy. They just need to tread on their lives so that you take away their sightlines and now they're useless because they're afraid of dueling you. They play like you? Yes. In champ? You still need to increase your base stats a lot. Like, that's the thing. Like, assuming you have my level of game sense, right? You still need to have your mechanics to a certain level. You still need to have your whatever to a certain level, right? A good way of thinking about ranks is about thinking about stats, base stat totals for Pokemon. So let's say that bronze you need 50 base stat totals. You can reach that with 45 mechanics and 5 on timing, or you can reach that with 20 on mechanics, 20 on timing, 10 on positioning, etc. Right? So the way that you can reach that 50 base stat total is different. It's up to you to think about how you want to balance yours, how you want to practice those base stats. And this is why you have a lot of players that are on the same rank with different skills, because they just have the same amount of base stat totals. That allows them to have the same output, even though they're achieving that output through different means. Talk make me you want to play? I love nerding out big game. That this type of stuff does also really want to really make me want to play the game. Let me see. Where was I at? Been streaming for 2 hours now. I have a coaching session in a few hours. I should probably rest my voice. I might play 1 or 2 more games. Sure. Let's play 1 or 2 more games. And then I need to go have lunch. Quick play? Yeah. There were server issues. I'm also a little bit rusty. And also, if I were to queue ranked right now, I would not find games in a reasonable amount of time. I'm too high rank right now. I'm GM2, almost GM1. I'm queuing in A. I believe in an A it would be like 9, 10 a.m. in the morning or something like that. So there are not enough people online at this rank for me to queue. Alright, have a good one, Dragon's Late. And yeah, for any of you all that are interested in more of my content, I have 3 channels now. I have the main channel for the edited guides and whatnot, narrated gameplay, or I guess a lot of my gameplay on my gameplay channel will also be narrated, but not to the same degree of like educational value. So a lot of the more edited stuff you will find in this channel that I'm streaming right now, at least on YouTube. It's my main channel, but if you wanna watch my coaching sessions for free, you can head over to Poe Coaching. It's linked in the pinned message. Same thing for my gameplay channel, where I'm gonna be trying to post daily gameplay VODs that you can watch for entertainment or to just study my gameplay. But yeah, highly recommend. I now have many more bases covered, so I have the educational portion, both on a more digestible level, which is the highly edited stuff that takes a long time to make. I have the coaching sessions, which are very good educational value, just a little bit longer form content, right? And so if you are interested in those as well, right? Like you can take a free sample of my coaching sessions before judging if you want to pay for one or not. Right? And also the gameplay channel. So I have a lot of bases covered now. So I would highly recommend checking those channels, seeing what you're interested in. Come on, Tracer. Come here. Here. Here, Tracer.
Forever hold your peace.
Oh god. It's like I'm calling a pet. Come here, Tracer. Oh no 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 no. Oh.
Let's try something.
Shame.
I am repaired.
That actually cracked me up, dude. That's way too funny. Drop? I know you want to drop. Aw. I was trying to juke her. Trying to make her drop and then go here.
Much better.
Select a map.
Solid advice for the Genji player. Depends on playstyle. If you wanna one-shot the Tracer, you enjoy that, then you need to find her moments of vulnerability and her movement pattern that allow you to go for one-shots. The way that I like to deal with Tracer is positionally. Try to position myself in ways that make it so she can't really do her job. And don't force the duel. Because the duel, like, Tracer really wants to win through attrition. Genji kind of relies on a good combo, and if you miss that combo, you're kind of screwed. And I don't really like going for the combo. So I try to beat her by avoiding the duel and forcing her to, if she wants to take the duel, commit cooldowns for it, at which point it's much easier for me to beat her mechanically. So I try to beat her with game sense. We might find a Tracer this match. Also, what server is this, Lazo? Okay. That's why it's 200 later. So. But yeah, hopefully there's a Tracer on the enemy team. This map is good for Tracer, so that would be good. Okay, here's a Genji. So we're likely gonna be fighting a lot for space this match. He's winning the damage race, so I'm gonna back up. My entire team is main, they have 0 space, also they do have Tracer, nice. So I need to take some space. Their Doom screwed up. We don't have good enough position to kill Doom, it's literally just a mistake from him. by me existing on this side, the Genji cannot go on my team without fighting me. So I prevented the Genji from making any plays just from existing. Come on, dash me. I'm trying to bait him in. Make it enticing to go for a combo, but just hard enough where he will very likely fail. In that point, he dies. I'm not gonna necessarily be able to force situations where I can zone the Tracer, especially because I not only have the Tracer to mark, but also the Genji and stuff. You can see how I'm keeping all of these strats. Like, the Doom is trying so hard to engage my team, and my team is just not dying because it's just the Doom. Now I might die because I took too much damage. Yeah. But like, even then, it's still only the Doom because I slowed down the Genji and whatnot. Now that I'm dead, this is finally when my team is dying, right? You can see how the moment that that defense on the angle crumbles, my team dies. Because now the Genji and the Tracer can come in and overwhelm my team. If it's just the Doom, my team can easily deal with it, especially because the Doom was not setting up well. The Doom was just punching in through main. Nice. I wanna take space. Need to do so away from the characters that are good at fighting it close. One. No. I'll play. Looks like an unplayable. It's really not that bad. I've learned to deal with it very well. And in general, good Genji play. I mean, that is a stretch to say that good Genji play does not care that much about latency. It depends on how mechanical the matchup is. Like, as much as I can use game sense in this, and game sense is important in this matchup, I do need to win my duels against their Genji and Tracer. So this is a very mechanical game, in the sense that I have lots of duels, and it's very important for me to be able to win the duels most of the time. So let me actually just shut up and focus.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. There's one.
Unlocks in 10 seconds. Minor health unlocked.
Reaction time.
Flashpoint unlocked.
No worries, I've got you. Avoid that undertow.
They'll have to go through me over here.
Those are so cold. There's a cold wind coming from the window.
Over here. Watch out.
Sups up, everyone.
HP back, hopefully.
Reverse the time.
Your strike.
Aww. It certainly frustrates you, especially initially, but I've been playing in high latency for like maybe half a decade.
Finally, a real
I don't know exactly how much time, but I'm really used to it, so yeah. I think half a decade is correct, maybe even more than that. So I'm just like, I am more used to playing in high latency than on low latency.
We can't let them take the objective.
Wait for Diva, maybe. Wait, where's Tracy? Slowly clear space. Probably gonna fight the Genji, because he's on the angle. Genji might die.
Be careful.
Okay. Now we're all stacking main, I don't like that. We're so indecisive position. I really hate how my team is following me. Like, because we're all walking on one path, it's so easy for our opponents to position in a way where their backline is safe, Doomfist can punch everyone. I wanted my team to walk on the usual path so that I could create an off angle. Create vulnerabilities in their comp. I need to touch here on my team. Oh, he was closer than I thought. I think it's because he had Juno speed ring. But yeah, I needed my team to take better positions there. Like I'm doing the correct thing, fighting the Genji on the angle. Problem my Kiriko should support me just like their Genji is getting supported on the angle. But the rest of my team needs to walk a different way.
Think we're outnumbered.
Enemy spotted.
Yeah, my team just needs to die here.
Flashpoint.
Diva's gonna get staggered.
10 seconds.
She's gonna get staggered in quick play.
I'm with you.
I think I'm faster than everyone here. I might be able to sneak cap. His dash perk, yes. He's not healing on the replay.
Reverse the tide!
Let the Kitsune guide you. Found an enemy.
This is winnable. We're gonna have blades soon.
Enemy spotted. Found an enemy.
Nobody's contesting the tracer angle, which I don't love. Plus that means I have free access to backline. Yeah. It's a hard backline to kill though.
Activating
Walking a straight line. I'm dead. I think I need to... The big mistake that I made there is trying to set up for backline. It's really hard for me to go in that backline. One, they were positioned too far back. And two, Juno and Larry are decently good at surviving Genji. Because they have small hitboxes. And they can dodge shots well.
I am here.
Like their distance control is pretty good. Moira is much easier actually. Moira is so much easier. And since this Juno did not space well, I am just on top of her, so it's free. If they keep their distance, it's tough. So I'm always gonna have to fight a Tracer or a Genji first. But if they do that, then it's very free. So I'm just gonna play to deny the Genji. The Genji seems to really want to fight me, so I'm just gonna actually engage in the duel. This Moira just fed for no reason. Never mind, I fed. I could have bladed that. Realistically, that is such a bad fate from her that I should just shoot at her. Only reason why I failed is because I ended up standing too far away. So my right click did not land. 3 shurikens landed only 1.
Be careful, Shimada.
Don't have much time is the problem right now. I think I'm gonna set up through right side. I need to find an angle to get blade. Actually, never mind. We have nano. I have nano. I can brute force this. This is literally free. Where's the Juno? This is not Juno. That's fine though. It's one guy off the fight.
Let the Kitsune
Where's the
guide
crit?
you.
You're the focused warrior.
Team kill. Next, flashpoint, Paris.
Winnable. The Moira is infinitely easier to deal with than the Illari. They're swapping off now. clear this Doom out. First objective. Actually, no. First objective is not walk through the choke against Doom. Because he's just gonna go do that on repeat. Unless he screws up.
In 10 seconds.
I am unbreakable.
Yeah. I need to not walk through the remain.
Flashpoint unlocked.
Brig, if played well, is a problem, but I don't think that player is a very good Brig. Could be wrong though. Need to deflect for heal here. No, I screwed up.
Activating
I tried to greet the full deflect against the Doom, I couldn't. I needed to play around punch and I didn't.
initializing system. Enemy
My bad.
Meteor strike.
here.
Hostiles are taking the objective.
And soon. Might still die here. They really want the kill.
Team kill.
Enemy here.
Ults. They're closest to Brig. Maybe. I need to clear the stray first. Can cut her off potentially. Okay, my bad. My mechanics are not doing very well here. I tried to predict the Tracer, she did not blink into me. And then I got tripled on the angle with both Brig and Genji. I missed the second shots on the tray. And I also screw up my deflect and walk line. So that was awful. They're gonna have Brig out here. I don't think I can blade into that. I just need to live. Brig. Okay. That is certainly a choice and a half. Do I have time? I do. Kind of. Yeah. GG's. GG's. I played too bad mechanically. This is not really a match where I can narrate all that well. Because it's so important for me to actually focus up and hit shots. I was too stubborn trying to think things through and talk them. I already have the game sense built for how to play those matchups, so I needed to just trust that and just really focus. The moments where I actually focused, I was doing fine. Not amazing. That was not a good match for me. But I was not helping myself. I was trying too hard to entertain the stream.
Double kill. Double kill.
How foolish.
I really should just end the stream now though, because I really do need to have lunch. I've been live for 2 hours and a half now. Okay. So let me open my browser. And where's the scene? Here. Okay. So excuse me. I already have the links to my new channels on the pinned messages in both streams. So highly recommend checking those out if you want to see more of my stuff. And also there's the, let me see, does Discord show up a link? Discord. Yeah, you can also join my Discord. Exclamation mark Discord. On YouTube you can just find the Discord link in the description. Okay, never mind, the bot is working. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Hope this was insightful, hope this was helpful. Wanna finish those guides. I don't know when I'm gonna have the time, but since I now just finished making the new channels, I have now just freed up myself of a lot of the to-do things in my list, so those are probably next up, right? Like the video talking about swift cuts, more in depth. The video talking about the whole opportunist misconception with flankers. Maybe I'll work on that video and like the talking about the risk of characters. Might be an interesting discussion. But yeah. Have a good one, everyone. Bye bye.